Hey everyone, so for today's video, I want to focus on three things. I want to start dealing with some interaction between the user and your code. So I'm going to throw one of these kind of tools at you, and then so we're going to deal with doing like mouse clicks. Oh, I got to put this on there. So we're going to do like clicks. We want to be able to, along the way, we're going to figure out about locations. I have my actual writing tablet, so my handwriting could be better, but that's too late for that. So the clicks, locations, and then I'm thinking about maybe doing some text. So we can get some text to appear on the screen. So I think we'll do kind of one exercise that's going to enable you to kind of learn about these three things, and then you can apply those in the way you see fit. So let's see here. I'm going to open up my coding rooms here. Let's see. I am going to open up my reference as well. It's always just like, I don't memorize this stuff. I need to go back and look at it, and there's no shame in looking back at stuff and like copying and pasting. So the one we're going to do today, so this is found in the Java Draw, and I will do my best to make sure this the link is attached to the YouTube video. But this is just from the Java Draw site we've been doing. And I've looked down. There's different ways to find this information. I find it's easiest just to go to this window. So looking on the left side here, clicking on window, and then we get some of these input options down here. I don't know why it's here, but that's okay. So the one we're going to look at for today is, well, there's a bunch of options. The one we're going to look at is mouse down. So mouse down is basically whenever you click. So it has a couple of parameters that it's going to use here. Okay, it's got like, and we'll still talk about this location as we go and about button. There are other ones, right? This is basically just a quick overview. Mouse down works when you click. Mouse up works when you release. So you could have two separate options there if you want. Also, when you drag, so that's when you click and then you drag the mouse. That can do something there as well. Mouse move is just, it can detect whenever you move the mouse. So there's a lot of stuff you could do with that. Key down is like when you press a key, and key up is when you release a key. So there are a lot of options on here, and there's a lot of game. Like if you think about making a game or something with this, hitting like the space bar to make your character jump, that would just be using like key down. There's a lot of different options on here, and these are how games and other programs are built using commands like this. Okay, so with all that out there, there's a lot of stuff to dive into. I'm just going to focus on this one mouse down. So let me copy this. I think I already have my window all set up. Okay, so this is going to be an extra method. So like we can see here, we have like the main window open, and then these are methods are somewhere else in here. I also have my start thing for whatever's going to happen to begin with. So let's see. I have my window open. Okay, that's all good. Mouse down. So what I want to do here is whenever I click, I'm just going to have it show up in the terminal, like what location did it click at. Okay, and so that leads us into this idea down here of a location. So basically, whenever we click our button, the computer is going to register what button did we click. So was it a left button? Was it a right button? Was it like the little circle spinning mouse wheel button? It's going to register that, what buttons got entered. And then it's also going to record like where was the cursor at the time that you clicked. And it's going to save that as a location. Okay, so we could go, let's figure out, like, we haven't really dealt with location before. You might be able to guess based on what I was discussing. But let's look at the documentation here to figure out what does location do. Here. Okay, if we go down to location. So it's going to design to store locations on a Cartesian plane. So it's like an X and Y, X-axis to the left and Y-axis to the bottom. So basically what location is doing is it's just kind of like combining X and Y values into one object. Okay, so we're storing those X and Y objects in a single thing, and we're calling that a location. If we go back to into our reading here, we can access that. So for example, there's a lot of methods we could do to find like the distance. So if we had well, actually we can do it. There's two different ways. If we have a location, we have another location, we can find the distance between the two. This will calculate that for us. We can move a location. What I'm going to focus on right here is like if we want to access. So I make a location, and then I want to access the X part, or I want to access the Y part. Okay. Because what I want to do for this one is I want wherever I click, I want it to just say somewhere in my window that like you clicked at the location X is blah and Y is blah. So let's see if we can figure this out, how to do that. So we pop back into coding rooms here. Let's just run it to begin with. we'll see it's kind of, not doing much right now. Hopefully it'll load fast even though I'm recording. All right, so let's hit run. Just to kind of show that it's not really going to, right away, it's not going to do much. Even though we have this mouse down thing, we haven't defined anything like what it's going to do when you click. So it doesn't nothing's, code's up, but nothing's happening, right? I'm not seeing anything in the terminal because we haven't written the method. So let's go back here and let's close this. Always close after we're done running. And let's just do, I'm just going to build this up in little steps here. Do like print line, and I'm just going to say hi. It's good debugging just to kind of do one step at a time to make sure we are slowly building up towards our skill. So in this time when I click, we're not going to see much, but you can see I'm clicking on here, nothing shows up on here, but I did system out print, so showing up in the terminal, hi. So it's what we can tell out of that is it's recognizing that we're clicking. All right, what about if we do this? We could do a button. Let's see what button does. And yeah, I'm going to kind of wrap this up a little bit. I don't want to spend forever on this. If you want to skip ahead, that's fine. But yeah, so let's go here and okay, so I'm just clicking. I don't know, you can't really see what I'm clicking, but I'm clicking with the left, just single click, and you can see it's 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. Or if I two-finger click, so right click, we should get some threes now. It's interesting. Yeah, okay, I did get some threes. Must have registered some. He has to mess around with that 3 stuff. Yeah, I got a bunch of threes. Okay, that's just what I wanted to do. All right. Okay, now what I want to do, so I can system out print something to the terminal. Okay, let me try this. Let me just do system out print. I could do this. So the reason it was printing out 1, 2, 1, and 3 is because every time it was clicking, this method was written for us was kind of capturing what button was pressed, and it was returning to that, giving us that value as either a 1 or a 3. It's also capturing the location. So what I want to do in here, I'm just going to type in location. Let's see what this does. Okay, so every time we click, we're going to print in the terminal the location. Let's hit run. I'm trying to wrap this up. Just put down here. Let's click, click, click. And look, we get this kind of already, it's automatically set up to print this out for us, the location X and Y. So again, it's registering whenever it clicks, it kind of captures that location, and then it's printing it out for us. If we want to do something a little bit fancier, or maybe, I don't know, there's a lot of stuff you could do with this, but say I don't want to show the whole location, I just want to get the X value. So I want to say something like the X value is, or maybe if you want to do some calculations with the X value, that's something you might be able to do. So the X value is, and instead of just doing location, well, if we look at location's thing, we can access its X value by just typing in this method. So location.x, boom. And just for fun, that's fun, but just for completeness, I guess, the Y value is Y. Okay, and I'm going to run this. We close the last one. Let me just close it just in case. I feel like I didn't close it. I think I was right. I'm sure we've all experienced that frustration by now of not closing that program. But yeah, look, okay, so now we can see click, click, click. It's taking out the X and Y value, and we're printing it out to the screen. So I'm going to pause it. I'm going to stop it for there. I said I was going to do text, but I felt like this video went on longer than I kind of really wanted it to. I might do a quick follow-up video about text, and that'll be it.